Welcome to MLT 101, Human Anatomy. My name is H1 Barnes, and our lesson topic is the systems of the body. This is a very large lesson topic and is going to be broken down into its subcategories, starting with the integumentary system. Your skin and accessory organs within that are what form the integumentary system. The word integument means covering or skin. It's the largest organ in your body, and it protects your body from bacterial invasion, dehydration, and the harmful rays of the sun. It does this in a very physical sense of the word protect. It physically prevents bacteria from reaching the cells inside your body. It physically prevents the water from evaporating out of your muscles and other tissues into the surrounding air. And it physically blocks and absorbs the ultraviolet radiation coming from the sun that strikes your body. Structures within your skin help to regulate body temperature through the elimination of small amounts of waste when you sweat, and they help you receive environmental stimuli, such as the feeling of something being hot or cold, your sense of touch, the ability to feel pain and pressure. Your skin also can manufacture vitamin D. It does this when you receive sunlight. That triggers your cells to produce vitamin D. Of note here is that if you live or get stationed in the northern half of the country, most of the year you're not going to be getting enough sunlight to properly provide vitamin D for yourself, even if you spend a large portion of the day outside. That has to do with the angle that the sun's light comes through the atmosphere. As more of that energy gets filtered away when it comes in at a lower angle. So in the winter months of the year, you're going to see a lot of people getting seasonal depression because they don't have enough vitamin D. This is why places like Seattle end up with a lot of very depressed people. If you're stationed in somewhere that's in the northern part of the country, expect to be performing a lot of vitamin D testing in your lab or to be drawing a lot of samples for vitamin D supplementation testing. It's common in the northern half of the country. Your skin consists of two main layers. You have your epidermis and your dermis. Your epidermis is the outer layer of your skin. It's also the thinnest layer of your skin. It's made up of stratified squamous epithelial cells. They're layered on top of each other, that's what stratified means, and they're flat. They're like scales. That's what squamous means. It's avascular. There's no blood or lymph vessels. There's no blood flowing through the outer layer of your skin. The only living cells in your epidermis are the very deepest bottom layer, called the stratum germinativum. It's also called the stratum basale. It's the only layer where cell division, mitosis, occurs. When this happens, those older cells get pushed up towards the outer layer of the skin as new cells grow underneath them. It's also where the skin pigment melanin is produced. Melanin is the pigment that determines how dark your skin is. The more melanin you have, the darker your skin. The less melanin you have, the lighter your skin. Cells in your stratum germinativum are nourished by diffusion of nutrients from the dermis, the lower layer of your skin. As your cells divide and they get pushed towards the outer layer, towards the surface, they get farther and farther away from the nutrition provided by the lower layer of the skin. And eventually they starve to death. They die from that lack of nutrition. When this happens, they become keratinized, which means they get hardened. It helps thicken and protect your skin from damage. The inner layer of your skin is called the dermis. It's also known as the true skin. It's much thicker than your epidermis, and it's composed of elastic and fibrous-like connective tissues. You have elevations called papillae and resulting depressions in your dermis where it joins the epidermis. Those give rise to the ridges and grooves that form your fingerprints. Your dermis contains blood and lymph vessels, so it is vascular. It also has nerves and sebaceous and sudoriferous glands, and your hair follicles. These structures can also extend into the subcutaneous layer, or the layer beneath the skin, which is composed of connective and adipose tissue. Adipose is fat, so fat tissue, that connects your skin to the surface layer of your muscles.